Homemade stock might feel like an indulgence in the kitchen that's taking too much effort, but trust me, we're doing this the easy way and it's completely worth it. We like to buy our chickens at the farmer's market whenever we can, or we'll buy them whole if we get them at the grocery store and trim them up for the way that we're using them. And then I keep all of the carcasses and trimmings, the necks, all of the pieces, and I'll freeze them until I have enough that I can make stock. I'll put a little tomato paste on the bones and a little oil to help with the browning, and I'm going to roast that up in the oven. This is a medium brown stock. I find it to be very universal. I can use it whether I needed chicken stock, vegetable stock, beef stock. I kind of make this as the go-to for about 90% of what we make in the kitchen. Once the chicken's all roasted, I take all of that and I put it into my Instant Pot insert. That's exactly right. We're doing this in the Instant Pot. It's the easiest way to do it. It takes a lot of the manual effort out of it. So once I have all those pieces, you do see chicken paws there. I love adding those in. If you couldn't get that when you got your chicken at the farmer's market, go to the grocery store somewhere, find them. They make it gelatin perfectly. Don't get rid of the fat that's in that baking sheet either. I strain that off. I'm going to use that to make schmaltz later. That is liquid gold. Do not throw that away. Also, all the fond that's on the cooking sheet after roasting, I want to get that off and include it in the stock too. So I'll put the burners on very low. I like to use a flat aluminum pan for this. That way I can really scrape all the brown bits off. And I'm using some wine to deglaze the pan and really scrape the fond until I get it as clean as I can. You'll notice I have a little bottle of wine. I don't really drink white wine, but I use it in a lot of cooking. So I buy those little 4-packs and I always keep them in the pantry. That way I have them whenever I'm making a recipe. That little bottle is perfect size for the stock, so I just use the whole thing. So all the fond, the wine, everything, that's going into the pot with the chicken. And then we'll prepare all the rest of the ingredients. So we have some spices. I'm using coriander, brown mustard, and bay leaves. I also have celery, carrot, and onion. I put that into the pot and I've added enough water just to cover the chicken. Don't add too much water. You won't get the gelatin you're looking for. It's just enough to cover. I had some fresh thyme in the garden, and so I pulled that out. I might change up the herbs that I'm going to include. Sometimes I'll add parsley if I have it, maybe some rosemary. It just depends on the flavorings that you like. You also saw me squeeze a little lemon peel in there, the oil from the lemon peel, and just a little bit of lemon zest. That really helps with the flavoring. So we're going to turn the Instant Pot on to high pressure for 1 hour. No more. That's all you need. You want to make sure this is on a natural release, not quick release. And that's the trick. A quick release would make it bubble, which would generate all of those impurities off of the proteins that make it so you have to skim if you're doing on the stove. So make sure it's natural release. One trick is you need to make sure that you cool your stock very, very quickly. This is a food safety tip. So get a big bowl of ice water ready. You're going to use that to very quickly cool the stock. Stock is a breeding ground for bacteria, and you do not want to put hot stock in your refrigerator because it will only raise the temperature of the refrigerator and it won't cool fast enough to keep it as a safe environment. So we're going to use ice water to chill this down. The other thing you're going to want to get is a big strainer, a chinois or called a China hat. I got mine off of Amazon. I don't think it was very much. But I tried doing this with a smaller strainer and you're doing it in batches and it's just really frustrating. So get yourself a really big fine mesh strainer. Look at that. Isn't it amazing? All bubbly and good. That is super hot and it's heavy. So I recruit my husband to do this part. But if you're doing it, just be very, very careful. It's very hot. You're going to pour all of that into that strainer to get all of the liquid gold off. And you'll see my husband kind of had to resituate to make sure he hit the right angle. But I left this clip in because you can see every time the chicken comes out, the dogs come in the kitchen. So little Zoe there thinking that she's going to get a treat out of it. Sorry, that's not for you, Zoe. She's a little fuzzy. Go ahead and pour all of that stock through the strainer. And like I said, the great thing is you can just dump the whole thing. It'll all fit in and catch all of the solids that you want to remove. Don't squeeze, don't press, don't try to force anything through. You're just going to let all of that liquid gold drain naturally into the pot. Isn't it gorgeous? So like I said, from there, we're now going to plunge this into the ice bath. And I actively monitor what's going on in the ice bath to make sure that it's cooling fast enough. I really aim to get it cooled within 30 to 40 minutes. I think you have an hour, maybe two, to get it to the right temperature, but just make this go as fast as you can. So I will keep stirring it. And then if the ice melts, I'll actually refill that ice water bath so that I'm moving this below room temperature as fast as I possibly can. And once that's cooled down and you see the little protein bits that have formed on the top, I'm going to cover that and pop it in the fridge overnight. This is the other quick tip that makes it easier is if you just put it in the fridge the next day, all of the fat rose to the top and it's kind of solidified. So now you can just scoop that off with a spoon and do not throw that away. We're also going to use that to make schmaltz. So take that fat, scoop it off, put it into a jar. We're going to combine it with the fat that we strained off yesterday. You basically run it through a purification process where you boil it until it doesn't bubble anymore. That gets all the liquid out and you're just left with the fat. That's cooking gold. But now you can see we have this gelatinized stock. It's all kind of jiggly. I like to portion this out into different size jars. My favorite tool in the kitchen are mason jars. They are so functional for everything. So I will put some in 16 ounces, some in 12, some in 10, and some in 8. That way I have different portions of stock because different recipes call for different sizes. And so this way I only thaw as much as I need for whatever it is that I'm making. Another quick tip is make sure you leave some headroom in these jars. I've done it before where you fill it too full. That stock is going to expand when you freeze it. And I have had the tops explode off of the jar. So just make sure you leave enough headroom. I hope that you try this recipe. You'll find all the instructions on our website. Let us know how it goes and use this in all the favorite places. If you were using water when you're making rice, use this for risotto, for sauces, the Tuscan chicken. This is amazing. Trust me, there's a huge difference between this and the box stock. Hope you try it. Let us know how it goes. Enjoy.